Hey, how's it going? This is K Collections and this will be my review on Vlad from Fate Extra. He will be available when our 2018 Halloween event is released, which should be soon. I also did a review on Cleopatra, check it out when you get the chance. Here are his stats. Upon release, Vlad will have the highest HP out of the 4-star Lancers, but he will have the lowest attack. His NP gains are great. Combined with good hit counts, he'll be able to use his Noble Phantasm often. For attack cards, he has a double quick and buster type deck with a buster NP. Hit counts are good, with arts being the exception. That means you'll have to start with arts first to leverage the higher hit counts of other attacks, specifically the 5 hits from his extra. Perform a Arts Quick Brave Chain for best NP gains, and if you want to generate stars, use a Quick Buster Quick Brave Chain. But if there's only one quick attack for the turn, use that last. For his active skills, first thing I want to say is that all 3 skills will have a relatively low cooldown when maxed out. A 5-turn cooldown for each one is reliable. Being an offensive servant means he'll be able to use the damage buffs often. Protection of the Faith is an amazing skill and should be your first priority to max out. It offers 4 different effects with no demerits and will increase in effectiveness when leveled up. You can use this in many situations, which makes Vlad very versatile. Use this together with his second skill to increase his NP damage more, or combine it with his third skill to take less damage when protecting your team. You can also just save it for its healing effects, constantly keeping him in good health. With a 7 to 5 turn cooldown for all these effects, it's really amazing. His second skill is very simple, and I highly suggest waiting till you can chain at least 2 offensive NP attacks together before activating it. This way you'll fully leverage this skill. Innocence Monster is another great skill. I mentioned before that you can combine this with his first skill to reduce damage. Since both abilities have the same cooldown, you can always use these skills together, and because Protection of Faith heals him, it'll recover any damage done to him previously. Third skill also generates stars each turn for 3 turns, and when maxed out, there's only a 2-turn waiting period before he can start regenerating stars. It's basically a free 20-30 effect. Vlad has 1 passive skill, wish he had more, but oh well. His Noble Phantasm is a single target that ignores invincibility and will deal more damage to enemies with evil alignment. Here is the list of those enemies. If you are fighting one of them, don't forget you can use his NP last within an NP chain to increase his damage thanks to his overcharge. Not to mention, you can give him a boost with his first and second skill. For CE recommendations, focus on increasing his buster and crit strength. Vlad is a very consistent damage dealer and you want to build on his strengths. Possessing 3 buster attacks and having the ability to generate a good number of stars, these 2 CEs would work best. Now, if you want him to generate a bit more stars every turn, leading Chaldea and Glory is with me will work great. The stars from these CEs can be combined with his third skill and it'll also increase his damage output. Here are some non-5-star CEs you can equip with Vlad. It mainly focuses on his NP strength or buster performance. And the best mystic code to equip is Anniversary Blonde. It's actually the best choice when using with Vlad. It increases his buster performance, gives him a lot of stars to use, and if you think he's going to die when using Taunt, then he can be revived with Guts. For team recommendations, I suggest using Nightingale. You're most likely using Vlad against servants, in which case Nightingale can increase her own performance against them. She can also keep Vlad in good health, allowing him to tank longer, and with his taunt, he can protect her. Of course, she can also buff his buster performance, so that's 3 offensive buffs if you combine it with his own skill. Not to mention, if you're facing evil enemies, by chaining their NP attacks, he'll deal massive amounts of damage. For my 4-star recommendation, I have to go with Carmela. Their attack cards have good synergy with one another, being able to perform quick chains often. She also has a star generating skill like Vlad's, so it's gonna rain crit stars every turn. Carmela can also use her NP attack often, which will deal extra damage against female enemies. This duo will be great for killing evil waifus. Puma is another servant I suggest using with Vlad. He can be a good star generator. Most importantly, Puma can protect Vlad with either his targetable evasion skill or by reducing enemies' attack. It's a great combo whenever you use Vlad's taunt ability, which means you can save his first skill for later use. So, my final thoughts on Vlad: he's a great servant. Vlad is a damage dealer who can tank a bit. He's also very consistent and versatile, possessing great synergy with his active skills. His abilities can be combined for better performance, and because the cooldowns are the same, you don't have to wait. With the highest HP out of the 4-star Lancers, a healing skill, and a defense buff, Vlad can last quite long in a battle, if he doesn't get bullied, of course. He can be a decent star generator, and his NP attack is useful since you'll face a lot of evil enemies in this game. Some weaknesses: Vlad does have low attack stats, being towards the bottom half out of all 4-star servants. It is offset a bit with his high damage modifier and buffs, but should still be a factor to consider. There is also some limitations to his survivability, since the defense buff is only for 1 turn, which is combined with other effects. You have to use it wisely. He also doesn't have a way to survive NP attacks, and if you use his taunt, he may die in the process. So, I do recommend him. Vlad will be a great asset for anyone. If you need a reliable Lancer, this is the servant to get. Special thanks to my patrons: Darkcry, Junior League, JD, Merlanda, Rikune, Rosie, Ryaz, Pantheon, and NathanDarc. If you want to support my channel, check out my Patreon. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more FGO content. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to join my Discord server. All links are in the description. I'm curious, which Vlad do you like more? This version or the 5-star one? For me, I have to go with the Berserker. Well, have an awesome day. Till next time.